Okay, so the first thing I want you to work on is just getting your 16th notes to be the same tempo as the rest of the song. When you go into your 16th note runs, whether they're the arpeggio runs or the scale runs, sometimes you slow down a little bit in order to make sure that you're playing all the right notes. And sometimes you speed up because you know it really well and you know, oh, this is the fast part, I'm going to play it really fast. And it's great to play 16th notes fast. That's what they're meant for. But I need you to relate that to the rest of the song and make sure that you're playing your 16th notes the same speed in every 16th note section. Okay, so in order to do that, I'd like for you to do some focused metronome practice. And each day, I want you to choose one little section of like a 16th note passage. And I want you to start your metronome work probably like 8 or 10 measures before that, so that you sort of establish the speed and then go into the 16th notes and just work on it 5 or 6 times for one section a day and go through your whole sonata eventually. But each day I just want you to focus on one chunk and making sure that you've got the metronome sort of lined up the same speed with each section. And so you can pick a comfortable speed with the metronome. It doesn't need to be like super fast. I would say like it doesn't need to be super slow either. So I want you to pick like a comfortable speed with the metronome that is about the tempo that you're playing the whole song. So some of your sections, like in the development, you're going to feel like, oh, I've really got to speed up a little bit. I've got to make those 16th notes go faster to keep up with the metronome. And so I need to work on playing those notes a little bit quicker. In some of the other parts, though, things like that, you're going to need to slow that down to get it to be the same tempo as the rest of the song. So just notice how your 16th note passages relate to the tempo overall and try and keep those even, okay? Related to the metronome work that you're doing, trying to relate like your 16th notes to the rest of the song, I also want you to pay particular attention to this finger in your right hand and your left hand, because there's a tendency sometimes when we're playing scales for these fingers to kind of smush together, and for the scale runs with your third and fourth finger next to each other to kind of get smushed and to be uneven. So be really careful with your 16th note scales that your third and fourth finger are articulated nice and rhythmically, nice and evenly, and that you don't have any notes that are a little bit off from that very like even scale. Okay, so those are two things to think about with your metronome practice. Just work in chunks and try and make sure that your 16th notes are relating to the overall tempo of the whole piece, and make sure that as you do your 16th note runs that you don't have any notes that are uneven. Okay, so that's your first assignment, and I want you to work on that probably for like a few days, maybe like 4 or 5 days a week, something like that. And then I've got a couple of other ideas that we'll build on once you get the tempo ironed out and nice and even. So you are doing so well at playing this. It's like really, really exciting. And I want you to know how proud I am of you. You've done some really great work. Nice practicing. Sounding so good.